Good morning, everyone. Hope you all must be doing great. So let's start with the practice session for today. So I'll be discussing some questions with you, and probably today the topic would be PGBP. And in next practice session, we'll take another topic. So this is the question from your question bank. No need to open the question bank. You can just watch your screen right now. So this is actually page number 5.22 of your question bank, question number 35. So I believe that most of you have already completed the lectures for PGBP. And in fact, if you have not still completed, then it's perfectly fine. So you'll get to know most of the things that how we should solve our questions. Okay. So see, this is the question. Let's say this is the question from the examination, correct? So what it is given to us from the following information provided by Suresh, age 43 years, and a wholesale dealer for assessment year 25-26. Okay. Point to be noted here, this person is a wholesale dealer. So he's not a manufacturer, right? Because in case the assessee is a manufacturer and it is given to us that he has purchased new plant and machinery, also, not just manufacturer also. Additionally, it has been given to us that this person has purchased new plant and machinery. And we have to follow optional regime, not default, let's say. We have to follow optional regime. Then we understand that there would be additional depreciation also. Correct? So please remember the assessee, first of all, you have to follow optional regime in that case. So if the question is asking to follow optional regime, manufacturer, new plant and machinery installed in factory, then additional depreciation will also be there. So in this case, there would be no additional depreciation, first of all. Reason being, this person is not a manufacturer. Okay. You are required to compute the tax payable by him as per the optional regime. So it's very, very important whenever the question comes in our examination, it's very, very important to get to know that what the actually the question is demanding. So the question is demanding us to compute the tax payable. Guys, what is a tax payable? See, so in this case, we have to compute first the total income. Although guys, mostly we have not done still all 5 heads. Some of you might have done it, but some of you might not have done the 5 heads. So as of now, my today the point is that we have to do PGBP thing. But still, if there is any other income also, then we have to compute that also. Correct. So don't worry about it. If you don't know other hits, then completely fine. If you have not done the classes for that, that is completely fine. So first of all, we have to compute the total income over here. And on total income, we have to compute the tax liability. This is called tax liability. And from this tax liability, although we have not done TDS so far, but let's say if there is from any tax liability, some TDS has been deducted or some TCS has been collected. Don't worry if you have not done these topics, perfectly fine. I just want to tell you that what is tax payable. So once we get our total income, we compute the tax liability on that total income. From that tax liability, there is some TDS, TCS or advanced tax. We'll be doing all these topics, don't worry. So once these are deducted, you get your tax payable. So in this question, they are asking about the tax payable. It means that first we need to compute the total income first. Second, we need to compute the tax liability. And in case if there is any TDS, TCS, so we will be taking credit of that. We will be deducting that. And then it is the tax payable. So this is what we need to compute. So don't worry about at all. Today, my major concern is PGBP only. Just to give you an idea that this is called tax payable. Correct? Okay. So we need to compute the tax payable as per the optional regime. So this assessee is saying that we are following optional regime. So this we understood that what the question is demanding from us. Now, a trading and profit and loss account is given to us and certain information is also given to us. So how we should proceed? First, we should know what we are going to compute. Second, now we have to look at our P&L account, right? We have to look at our P&L account. So simply just give 2 minutes to it and just see that whether there is any expense which is specifically to be disallowed. Let's say if there is any personal expense that is specifically disallowed. So just have a rough look at your debit side of the P&L account. So in the debit side, we have the opening stock. So it's no problem. We can write the opening stock in our debit side. No issues. Purchases, on the face of it, it is looking like that. We can allow it. Purchases normal business expense. And even if if I ask you that in which section it is allowed, most of you can tell me that it is allowed under section 37. Although you don't have to quote this section number anywhere, but you all know that purchases is allowed under section 37. Correct. Then direct expenses. So I'm assuming that these expenses are related to business. So it is debited. It's also okay. I'm just giving a rough look at my P&L account debit side. Then it is written freight inward. Freight inward is nothing but transport expenses. So this is also allowed. Then gross profit is given. And now the total has been given to us. Why? Because this is a trading account. You all know that in accounting, we can make trading and profit and loss account separately. So this is a trading account. And from the trading account, we have the gross profit 77,51,660. And it is being taken in the P&L account. For accountancy, we can make it separate trading account and P&L account. But for the purpose of income tax, guys, we consider this entire statement as one. For the purpose of income tax, we consider this entire statement as one. Raju sir, good morning. So we take entire statement as one. Then what you have to do is, see, there is a break over here. Trading account, there is a break over here, and then the P&L account is started. So first of all, we are not concerned with this break. We are not concerned with this break. So this is irrelevant as far as income tax is concerned. Second thing, this is gross profit, which is debited over here, and it has been credited over here. So this is just one entry only. So we will cancel this also, because the balance of trading account is gross profit, and gross profit is carried over here. So please make it as one. So how we'll make it as one? First of all, we are not concerned with this total. Also, we are not concerned with this gross profit. Gross profit over here and gross profit over there. Got it? So if I'll cut these two, so now I have only one statement. Correct? So never get confused. Never get confused if you get a trading account separately and P&L account separately, like in this question. So never get confused. Just try to make it one. Just try to see it as one statement. So cross this total, cross this gross profit and gross profit from here. Now just look at it. Now this has become just one single statement, and do it normally. Do it normally. Got it? So now again, opening stock, we are okay. Purchases, we are okay. Direct expenses, we are okay. Freight inward, we are okay. Gross profit, I don't have to see it. Salaries and wages. What do you know about salaries and wages? We know that it is allowed. Generally, it is allowed under section 37. So salaries and wages, we are okay. General expenses. Guys, as of now, we have not read what is there in the information. So we have not read what is there in the information. As of now, we are just looking at it, whether prima facie they are allowed or not. So general expenses, okay, we are almost okay with it. So we'll assume that these are business related. Rates and taxes. So I'm assuming that these are business related as of now. So these are all okay expenses. Interest paid on late filing of GST. Guys, what do you think about it? Interest paid on late filing of GST. It should be allowed or not allowed? Interest paid on late filing of GST. What do you think? It should be allowed or not allowed? Okay, Harshal is saying disallowed. What about others, guys? Interest paid on late filing of GST. Is it an allowable expense or not an allowable expense? Under section 30 till 37, is there any section which is going to allow it, or it is not allowed? So most of you are saying allowed. Correct. Very nice. Most of you are saying allowed. See, and it is also allowed. Under section 37, it is allowed. First of all, it is GST. See, if this would have been income tax, guys, if this would have been late filing of fees of income tax, For income tax, we never allow anything. Any income tax paid, any advance income tax paid, any provision for income tax paid, any penalty for income tax paid, any interest for income tax paid. So we have section 40 small a, which specifically says that any amount payable to income tax is not allowed. So first of all, if this would have been interest paid on late filing of income tax, then I would have disallowed it because of 40 small a. Got it? Now it is not income tax, it is GST. So we know that GST payment is allowed. GST goods and services tax, if we have paid, we have allowed. If we are paying any penalty, any amount which is penal in nature, if it is any penalty of GST, we have contravened the law and then we are paying penalty that is penal in nature, then we will not allow it, because section 37 says that all expenses can be allowed if they are revenue business related, plus it should not be prohibited by any law. So this is, if anything which is in the nature of penalty. I have told you when I was discussing this section 37 with you that if there is anything which is penal in nature, in the nature of penalty, then we will not allow. But anything which is compensatory in nature, which is not penalty, interest, late filing of fees you have paid, any fees you paid late filing, or I have given you the example, let's say there is your telephone bill and you forgot to pay it on time and 100 rupees extra you have to pay as a late fees. So that is something which is compensatory in nature. It is not prohibited. It is not criminal offense, right? So this is an allowable expense. So no issues, Harshal. It is allowed. Everybody now understands. Next is income tax paid. Income tax paid for financial year. Guys, this financial year will not matter to me. Whatever the year is, doesn't matter. Income tax is never allowed. So prima facie, I can say this expense will never be allowed as per section 40 small. I've just discussed. Interest paid to NBFCs. NBFC is non-banking financial company, any banking institutions or non-banking financial companies. We have taken a loan. So if we have paid the interest to them, so it is just a bank loan. It is like similar to bank loan. So as of now, we are okay with it. Depreciation. What about depreciation, guys? If you see depreciation in your debit side, first of all, depreciation is allowed under section 32. If in your information nothing is mentioned, about depreciation, then we will presume that this is as per section 32 only. We'll assume that this is a correct depreciation. Correct? So if nothing is mentioned in your information, you can allow depreciation. But if in your information there is mentioned something regarding depreciation, they can give it to you in two ways. First, they can tell you that this is not the this is depreciation as per books of accounts, but as per Income Tax Act, this is the depreciation. First of all, they can give you straightforward that as per in the information that as per Income Tax Act, this is the depreciation. So it means that this is not the correct depreciation. We will disallow it and we will allow that depreciation. Correct? If nothing is mentioned, I'm again repeating, if nothing is mentioned regarding depreciation, please allow it. But if something is mentioned regarding it, that as per income tax, the depreciation is something else. So it means that we will not allow this. We will allow that depreciation which is as per income tax. Second method, second way of giving it, examiner might give you the written down values of certain blocks. So let's say this is the depreciation debited, but examiner is giving you that the opening value of plant and machinery block is this, opening value of computers is this, or buildings is this. So it means that they are indirectly telling you that you have to compute the depreciation first. So in that case, again, this is not the correct depreciation. We'll disallow it and we will calculate the depreciation in that case and we will allow that depreciation. I believe I'm clear to you, everybody. Correct? So as of now, I have not read anything here. So I will say depreciation, I'm almost okay with it. Right. Okay. Now, credit side. In your credit side, it is given that the sales is this much amount. Okay, we are okay with sales. Don't read the amount. Sales, we are okay. Closing stock we can easily write, so there is no issues, and it's a normal credit item of a business credit item, so we can easily write closing stock, no issues with it. Dividend from Indian companies, 17 lakh 20,000. Guys, what you will do while calculating your PGBP income, what you will do of this 1720? Everybody, please tell me what you will do of the 1720. We are only concerned, and this is the mistake which I have seen in the recent test also. Many students have making this mistake. Please remember, guys. Very good. Raju sir, Amar, Safina, Harini, good. See, guys, whenever we are actually calculating PGBP, so we have to be like only PGBP expenses, only PGBP income. We should see only PGBP income, right? So this is actually not your business income. So if it is credited over here, so first of all, delete it from here because it is sitting in a incorrect room. Our room is PGBP. See, we have different rooms. One is salary, one is house property, one is PGBP, capital gain, and IFOS. So we have 5 rooms. And if somebody is sitting in a wrong room, PGBP, it is sitting, but it should not be PGBP. Then first of all, we will say, please go out from the room. Please go out from the room. So while computing PGBP, we will deduct it. We will say, okay, go out. And then we will see whether this income is taxable or not. See, if it is not taxable, if this income is not taxable, then we will not take it in any of the room. Let's say it is an agriculture income. So if it is an agriculture income coming from India, so it is not taxable. It is not taxable under PGBP also. So we will say go out. And where you will take that agriculture income? Nowhere, because that is exempt. But here in this case, it is dividend from shares. So you understand this is IFOS income. First of all, so there are 2 steps. First of all, delete it from your PGBP. Delete it from your PGBP, right? While computing a PGBP, and then take it into IFOS. So this 7,20,000 should be deleted from here, and it will be the part of IFOS income. Now, what is the gross written over here? I'll be telling you, give me a minute. I'll be telling you what is gross and net written over here. Second income is credit side 1,03,500 by interest received on FD. Net of tax. What is net of tax means? I'll be telling you. This is 1,03,500. I think the same treatment you will give it to this also. You will say this is also not IFOS. This is also not PGBP. So delete it from here. It is IFOS. So guys, these two, 17,20,000, 1,03,500, it is not PGBP. First of all, when you are computing your PGBP, delete this, subtract it from here. How much you will subtract? Whatever is sitting in your P&L account. Guys, please don't look at it gross or net right now. While computing PGBP, I'm telling you, ignore these gross and net right now. Whatever the amount you are seeing in your P&L account, just delete that. So while computing your PGBP, what is sitting in your P&L account? What amount is showing in your P&L account? 17,20,000. So 17,20,000 you have to subtract. Whether it is gross, whether it is net, I'm not concerned. Right now, how much amount is disturbing my P&L account? This amount is disturbing. So please take it out. Here, 1,03,500. It is gross, it is net. I am not concerned right now. Right now, I'm not concerned. What is disturbing my PGBP? I'm again repeating, right now, I'm looking only at my PGBP. I'm not looking at IFOS. That is second thing. My first thing is PGBP. So what is disturbing my PGBP? Whatever is sitting over here. So whether it is gross, whether it is net, I am not least bothered about it. While computing my PGBP, I will delete this 1720. I will delete this 1,03,000. 1,03,500. Whatever is sitting in my P&L account, I will delete it. Correct? So first mistake rectified. First, we have said that please go out from this room. So we have deleted both of them. Now we know that these two are IFOS income. These two are IFOS income. And we will be taking it in our IFOS. Now the question is, how much would be the IFOS income? Okay. So let us all understand, although I believe that most of you must be knowing it, that how we will be doing this treatment of gross or net. But still, let us understand. I do agree that as of now, you have not done the chapter of TDS so far. But still, this is something which is very, very easy and everybody can understand right now. Let's say, for example, you go to any game show. Let's say there is a game show. And this person goes to any game show. For example, he goes to meet Amitabh Bachchan and he goes to KBC, Kaun Banega Karodpati, right? He goes to KBC. And this person, Mr. X, let's say, he actually wins rupees 10 lakh. He actually wins rupees 10 lakh from KBC. He answered most of the question and he wins rupees 10 lakh. So Mr. Amitabh Bachchan on the show, he will sign this check and give 10 lakh rupees to him. Guys, first of all, I tell you that is quite fake check. Why? Because this money is not going from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's account. It is going from the sponsor, the person who is the organizer of this game show. That is Sony Entertainment Television. So first of all, that is just on the screen there. He's signing. He should not sign it. And even if he's signing it, that is a fake check. First of all, the money he would be receiving, the money Mr. X would be receiving from Sony, right? Not from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So how much Sony Entertainment Television would be paying him? So as of now, I understand that most of you have not done this chapter TDS, but I believe that most of you must be knowing it, that on such type of income, when you receive these income from game show, lottery, etc., these are called casual income. And there is a TDS of 30%. There is a TDS of 30%. So Sony Entertainment Television, while giving this 10 lakh rupees to you, they will deduct 30% tax and they will give you 7 lakh rupees. Agree? So this is before TDS, it is 10 lakh. And after deducting TDS, let's say at the rate of 30%, so 10 lakh, 30%, 3 lakh. So you will receive rupees 7 lakh. Before TDS is known as gross amount. The name itself suggests after TDS, it means net amount. So let's say this is Mr. X. This is Mr. X. And his 3 lakh has been already deducted from Sony Entertainment Television. Correct. And this person has received 10 lakh rupees after deducting 30% TDS, 7 lakh rupees. For example, I am assuming that this person has no other income. This person has no other income. So when he will be filing his return, Mr. X, when he will be filing his return, he will be showing his IFOS. I need your answer here. Please tell me how much income he will be showing it here. 10 lakh or 7 lakh. What do you think? Your answer could be right. Your answer could be wrong. Doesn't matter right now. What do you think? How much he would be showing over here when Mr. X would be filing this year return of income? How much he would be showing it over here? What do you think? What is your answer? 10 lakh or 7 lakh? 10 lakh or 7 lakh? So most of you are actually correct, right? So most of you are telling me it is 10 lakh rupees. Correct. See, it should not be 7 lakh. If somebody thinks that it's because he received 7 lakh, so what will happen? See, let's say if this person will write 7 lakh rupees. First of all, he should not write this is not correct, this is incorrect. But still, if he writes 7 lakh rupees, then IFOS income 7 lakh. Let's say there is no other income. This is the total income. There is no deduction. So this is the total income. So on 7 lakh, how much is the tax? Slab rates, no. We understand that on total income, how we compute our taxes. First, we see if there is any special income, if there is any short-term capital gain, 111A, there is any long-term capital gain, there is any casual income or remaining income. So this entire 7 lakh, he will say it is my casual income. The basic exemption limit, other remaining income, let's say 0. And you understand, for unexhausted basic exemption limit, we cannot take from casual income. Correct now? Do you remember that? We cannot take from casual income also. So on 7 lakh, this person will say my tax is 30%, 2,10,000 plus 4% health and education cess and 8,400. So 2,18,400. Will he pay this amount also? Tax? No. This is wrong. This is wrong. What he will say? He will say, sir, actually my income is 10 lakh rupees. Actually my income is 10 lakh rupees only. So how he should show it? He should show this like this, that he will show that Mr. X, in his return of income, he will show that my IFOS is always, please show at your gross level. Always your income should be at your gross level. So at gross level, it is 10 lakh. That is before TDS. And now how much would be the tax? Let's say there is no other income. So the tax we understand on casual income is 30% flat. So the tax would be at a rate of 30%, 3 lakh rupees. This is the tax. Plus 4% health and education cess. So it would be, I believe, 12,000. So 3,12,000. This is called tax liability. This is called tax liability. What is tax liability? What does it mean? The income which you have, the total income which you have, how much is the tax which is computed on that income? It is called tax liability. So 3,12,000 is the tax liability. And then he will show that, sir, out of this 3,12,000, my TDS has already been deducted of 3 lakh rupees. By Sony Entertainment Television, they have already deducted 3 lakh rupees. So I will be paying 12,000 rupees. This is called tax payable. This is what I was telling you when I have started this class. So there is a difference between tax liability and tax payable. What is tax liability? Tax liability is the total tax which is computed on your income. And now how much you have to pay? So you deduct TDS, TCS, advance tax, and now your tax payable is 12,000. So your tax liability is 3,12,000, but your tax payable is 12,000. So this we all know. But please understand that the income which is to be shown, it is always and always at the gross level, not at the net level. It should always be at the gross level. Correct. So if somebody will tell you, now guys, if somebody will tell you, they're not giving you 10 lakh, they are giving you just 7 lakh rupees. If somebody will tell you that this person has earned 7 lakh rupees net after 30% TDS, can you calculate on your calculator what should be the gross amount? Easily. Why? Because this 7 lakh, if it is a net amount, if 7 lakh, it is a net amount, it means that how much was the TDS? 30%. So this is after 30%. It means that this is equal to 70%. It means that this is equal to 70%. And now you can easily do your maths. You can say that how much would be the gross amount? Gross amount would be 100%. You can simply say if 70% is equal to 7 lakh, then how much is equal to 100%? So you can simply say, so 7 lakh upon 70 into 100. You will get 10 lakh rupees. Easily you can compute or not? Guys, tell me, if I give you that the TDS is deducted at a rate of 30% and you receive 21 lakh rupees net. What do you think? What would be the gross amount? Everybody please tell me. Do your mathematics simple on your calculator. Give me in 30 seconds. Even less than 30 seconds, you can give it to me. What should be the gross amount, guys? 30 lakh. Very nice. You all know it. Easy now. So simply you will say, sir, if this is TDS after 30%, so this means that this is equal to 30% has been deducted. The net amount which I have received is equal to 70%. So on your calculator, you can simply write 21 divided by 70%. So simple, 21 divided by 70%, you will get your 30 lakh rupees. Agree now? Now please tell me, if this is the P&L account, if this is the P&L account, and here I am writing by winning from game show, I'm here writing winning from game show 21 lakh. This is your P&L account. And the net profit as per P&L account is, let's say, 60 lakh rupees. Net profit is showing as 60 lakh. And winning from game show is 21 lakh. And I've written it over net over here. First of all, tell me, what is your PGBP income? And then what is your IFOS income? So since there is a P&L account, so assessee must be doing a business or profession also. And how much is the net profit? 60 lakh rupees. So first we have to see that on the credit side, if there is anything which is not PGBP, we'll delete it. So tell me, while computing your PGBP, how much you will delete? 30 or 21? While computing PGBP, right now I'm only concerned with PGBP. While computing your PGBP, how much you will delete? 21 or 30? Very nice. 21 only. Correct. So right now, I have just explained it to you 2-3 minutes back. That right now, while computing your PGBP, forget about gross or net. Whatever is disturbing my P&L account, what amount is disturbing my P&L account? 21 lakh is disturbing. Right. So while computing your PGBP, delete this 21 lakh. So once you delete it, your net profit, I think it will become 39. So your PG will become 39. And while taking this 21 lakh into your IFOS, when you take your 21 lakh into your IFOS, you always have to take it at the gross level. So how much you will take? That is 30 lakh rupees gross level. So this is 39 and this is 30. I believe everybody has understood. Correct. Okay, one more question on this. Let's say this is your net profit. It is showing as 50 lakh rupees. In your net profit, it is showing as 50 lakh rupees. And here I have written by dividend gross 2 lakh. And I have written interest, let's say debenture interest, and this is net after 10% TDS. This is net after 10% TDS. In the chapter of TDS, you will see that on interest, there is a 10% TDS. The same way on casual income, we have 30% TDS. On interest, we have 10% TDS. That I'll be telling you in the TDS chapter. Okay. See, dividend, on dividend is also, it is 10% TDS, but it is written as gross. Right? It is written as gross. On debenture interest, it is written as net after 10% TDS. And the amount is, let's say, 4,50,000, 4.5 lakh. First of all, everybody tell me what is PGBP income. Forget about IFOS. First of all, I want my PGBP income. What do you think? How much is the PGBP? So when you calculate your PGBP, very nice. So what you will do, you will delete this, whatever is disturbing your P&L account. So dividend is disturbing, amounting rupees 2 lakh, and your debenture interest is disturbing 4.5 lakh. So first of all, delete these two. Delete these two. Forget about gross and forget about net while computing your PGBP. Whatever is sitting here, just delete that. 2 and 4.5. So it would be 43.5. Correct. Very nice. And tell me now how much is my IFOS? Okay. I'm asking one by one. First of all, how much is my dividend? How much is my dividend? Very nice. So it is already at gross level. Very good. So it is already at gross level. Very nice. So my dividend is actually already at gross level. So I don't have to do any mathematics over there. So it is 2 lakh only. And how much is my debenture interest? Very good. Shagna, Harini. Good, Safina. So we know that debenture interest, it is shown at net level. So we will take it at gross. And how much is the TDS? 10% over there. So it means that this amount is equal to 90%. Agree now? So this amount is equal to 90%. So just make it 100%. So you simply say, sir, 4.5 lakh divided by 90 into 100. Or on simple on your calculator, 4.5 divided by 90%. Percent means into 100. So you will get 5 lakh rupees. Everybody is okay with that. So your IFOS income is 7. I believe everybody is okay with this. So a few days back, some students are asking me when I have given this as an homework. So some students were asking me, sir, what is the treatment for net and gross? So I've told them that I'll be explaining it in TDS chapter, but I think that you got an idea. Correct now? Good. Now I think that you are able to understand this. This says that dividend from Indian companies gross 17 lakh 20,000. 17 lakh 20,000 is the Indian company's gross. So you know that this is not your PGBP, you delete it. And when you will be taking it into IFOS also, please take it at 720 only because it is a gross amount. And guys, please tell me, by interest received on FD, net of tax 1,03,500. So right now I'm telling you that the TDS rate is 10% on it. That you will understand in TDS chapter. But interest received on FD, the TDS rate is 10%. First of all, tell me how much you will, while computing your PGBP, you will delete this. And please tell me how much would be your IFOS income. How much will go in IFOS? Very nice, very nice. You all know it now. So it is net. So we have to take it at the gross level and it is equal to 90%. So you will simply say 1,03,500 divided by 90 into 100. So while taking it to your IFOS, you will take at 1,15,000. 1,15,000. Very, very good. Okay. By rent received, 720. By rent received, 720. What type of income it is? What type of income it is? By rent received, 720. Okay. Okay. Rent received, 720. See, first of all, I understood. First of all, I understood that rent received is not business income. Why? Because if this would have been our business, it would have been included in sales. Right. So rent received is not PGBP. Okay. Now this rent received, now it depends whether it is rent received for any building or rent received for other assets. Let's say rent receipt of furniture. Let's say we have a furniture, we have given it on rent. We have a machine, we have given it on rent. And let's say if our business is not giving a machine or furniture on rent, then what will happen? See, if this rent received is related to building, then this would be house property income. It will go in house property. And how we compute our house property, some students have not done this chapter, house property. But we will be computing it like we will be taking it as GAV minus municipal taxes. Then we will get NAV. Then 30% deduction we'll get. That we will see in house property. So some students who have already done this chapter, they know that how they will treat it. So there is at least a 30% standard deduction on it. However, in case this rent received is not building, it is for other assets, then it will go in your IFOS income. It will directly go in your IFOS income. And how much you will take in IFOS income, let's say? Although I do understand some students have not done this chapter IFOS, but still, will you give 30% standard deduction also in IFOS? No, 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 no. That is house property only. So if it is house property, then there is a 30% deduction. So if it is IFOS, so those who have done the chapter of IFOS, you understand that you can take it entirely amount, 720 over there in IFOS. Those who have not done it, though, don't worry, I'll be discussing this in IFOS. So 720. So if it is for building or it is for other assets, then it depends on which income it is. And generally, if nothing is mentioned, let's say if nothing is mentioned in the question also, then we can take an assumption, and the best assumption is to take it that this is for building, and that is house property income. If nothing is mentioned, then we will assume that this is, then we will write an assumption over there that assuming, although I'm telling you 99.9999%, you will get that what is this rent is for. But it's 0.0001%. If nothing is mentioned, then please take your assumption, and the best assumption is to take it as a building. Correct? Everybody understood? Then we will take it as a house property and we'll compute it over there. There is a 30% deduction, etc. that we'll be giving. Any doubt on it? I'm pausing here for 10-20 seconds. Please let me know if there is any doubt. Even you can unmute and you can ask. No issues. Very good. No doubt so far. Okay. Income tax refund, guys. What is income tax refund? Is it, first of all, tell me it is PGBP? No, it is not PGBP. Then what it is? Is it any income or it is not an income? So Harshal has said that this is not an income, correct? So we all know that whenever we pay income tax, it is not an expense. And if we get it back also, then it is not an income. So it is not an income. So income tax refund is not an income. However, if we get interest on income tax refund, then that is an income, but that is will go in IFRS. Very good. You guys know it before me. You guys know it before me. So if it is interest on income tax refund, then it is an income, but not PGBP. In fact, PGBP it's not. Then interest, that is because that is the surplus amount which you are receiving, that will go in IFRS. Very nice. Okay. So now we have read this P&L account. So let us see this information also. What they are giving it to us. They are giving it to us. Closing stock of the previous year 24-25 was undervalued by 55,000. It is undervalued by 55,000. It means that we are showing little less stock. And by how much amount it is undervalued? 55,000. So it means that on closing stock, I have to add, because since it is an undervalued stock, I have to add 55. Yeah. I have to add 55,000 over here. Guys, you all know that if I am adding anything on my credit side, so you don't have to mug it up. Just apply your logic, and this is very, very easy. If you are adding anything on your credit side, and it means that your profit will increase. It means that you will subtract or add, you will add in your net profit. So while computing your PGBP, you have to add 55,000. I believe that we don't have any issues on it. If you have, please let me know. Okay. Second adjustment says rates and taxes includes rates and taxes. Where was rate and taxes? It was here. They're talking about this thing. They're talking about this. Rates and taxes. Rates and taxes includes 1,000 paid towards late filing of income tax return. Okay. Late taxes includes 1,000. It means, guys, as of now, I'm progressing slowly in this question, and very, very intentionally I'm doing it so that you will be able to understand each and every concept. So once you understand these concepts, and when you will be doing any other question, you will be doing it very, very quickly, because your concept will be strong, right? Okay. It says rates and taxes includes. It means that out of 240, there is 1,000 rupees also. So right now I am showing it like this, that rates and taxes are like 1,000 and 2,39,000. I've just split this into two parts. I just split it into two parts, 1000 and 239. So with 239, we don't have any issues. With 239, we don't have any issues. Right now, we are talking about only 1000, only regarding 1000 rupees. It says rates and taxes includes 1000 paid towards late filing of his income tax return for assessment year 24-25 under section 234F of the Income Tax Act. No need to remember the section number 234F. There is a late filing of interest fees which is given 1000 rupees. Tell me any amount. You all know that any amount which is paid to the income tax, whether it is late filing also, it is not allowed. If it would have been GST, it would have been allowed. But for income tax, we don't allow anything. So 1000 needs to be disallowed. So we will not allow this 1000. So out of 240, 239 is okay. Only 1000 we have to add it back. I believe everybody is okay with this. Now, salaries include 30,000 paid on a single day by way of cash to his accountant. Salaries includes. So where were salaries here? 17,15,000. It includes an amount of 30,000. So in this 1715, there is 30,000 which is paid in cash, and you all know that it will not be allowed because it is more than 10,000 rupees, right? If this would have been paid for transporter of goods, then I would have allowed it because it is not more than 35,000. But it is paid as a salaries, 30,000 rupees, we will disallow. 40A3, no need to remember the section number, no need to quote it also, but please just disallow 30,000. How we will be doing it? After doing all these adjustments, we will be also writing the entire thing. Next, interest paid on loan of 10 lakh taken from, very important. Please look into this. Interest paid on loan of 10 lakh. Guys, 10 lakh is the amount of the loan, right? Loan of 10 lakh. Interest paid on amount of loan 10 lakh taken from NBFC. Out of the loan, 2 lakh was used for personal purposes and the balance used for business purposes. Okay, till here. We have taken a loan of 10 lakh, out of which 2 lakh is personal. It means that 8 lakh is for business. They are saying remaining is for business. So out of the 10 lakh loan, 20%, I can say 20% is 2 lakh, 20% is personal, and 80% is for business purpose. Agree? So now we can see there was interest paid on NBFC here. This is the interest. We have taken a loan of 10 lakh and this is the interest on that 10 lakh. Guys, do you all agree that from this 20% interest is of personal nature? Yes or no? How I came to this 20% figure? Because they were saying that out of 10 lakh, 2 lakh is personal. So that is 20%. So first of all, 1,15,000 into 20% is personal. So I believe it is would be 23,000. So please disallow 23,000. So please disallow 23,000. And the remaining 80% we are okay with it. Remaining 80% is business. That is 92,000. We are okay with it. Everybody understood this? Till here. 23 will be disallowed. 92,000 we are okay with it because that is for business purpose. Now, again I am reading this. Interest paid on loan of 10 lakh. Interest paid on loan of 10 lakh. The loan is of 10 lakh. Is it 92,100? $92,000. Okay. Interest paid on loan of 10 lakh taken from NBFCs. Out of the loan, 2 lakh was used for personal and the balance was used for business purpose. Very nice. We have done it. 20% will disallow. 23,000 will disallow. Why? Because it is personal. Remaining 92, we are okay. No TDS was deducted while paying the interest on loan. We have also not deducted the TDS. We have not deducted the TDS. Tell me, guys, what we need to do is over here. So if we have not deducted the TDS, 30% will be disallowed. 30% of what? 30% of 92 or 30% of 115? 30% of what? 30% will be disallowed. Now you're saying 30% is disallowed, correct. 30% of what? 30% of 115 or 30% of 92? What do you think? Harshal is saying 92. Amar is saying 115. Raju sir is saying no TDS. Okay. And this sales was, his sales was 262.50 100. His sales was no 2,62,000, sorry, 2 crore 62 lakh. It is more than 1 crore. So he is liable to deduct TDS. So in this case, first of all, guys, see, 23,000 is altogether disallowed. 23,000 is not altogether disallowed. So whatever is my business expense, see what is 40 small a? 40 small a says wherever TDS is required to be deducted, TDS is required to be deducted. Wherever TDS is required to be deducted and you have not deducted. So TDS was not required to be deducted on personal thing, but on business things, the TDS is required. So TDS is required here on 92,000 rupees. And this, see, 23,000 you have altogether disallowed. So now only the thing which is sitting is 92,000 over here. So you will disallow 30% of 92,000. You will disallow 30% of 92,000. And there is a little bit TDS provisions also whenever you pay to banking company. So I'm not discussing that. That we will be seeing in TDS chapter. So there is a little bit provision also, but that you need a knowledge of TDS. I'm not discussing it right now. So this is only on 92,000, 30% will be disallowed. Got it? So 23,000 you have altogether disallowed. Now there is no point in deducting, now disallowing 30% of that sum also, because 23,000 is altogether disallowed. So 92,000 into 30% will be disallowed. Yes, Harshal, you have a question?
But sir, days are in this is a day 30% days allowed to रेसिडेंट के केस में होता है ना, इन केस ऑफ इंडिविजुअल. बट अपन हम तो बैंक को पे कर रहे हैं ना इंटरेस्ट, तो वो तो नहीं होना चाहिए ना डायरेक्ट टीडीएस.
Correct, Harshal. That is the reason I am saying. So correct is Harshal is saying that if whenever we pay to bank, there is no TDS is applicable. So I understand. So that is the reason I am saying that there is a little provision of TDS chapter. So I'm not going into that provision as of now. I'm not going into that provision. Harshal, I'll be telling you in the TDS chapter. Correct. So as of now, 30% of 92,000. So as of now, because we have not done that TDS provision, so I am not discussing that. I'll be discussing in my TDS class for that. 92,000 to 30% will be disallowed. Now, next is general expenses includes advertisement expense of 25,000 paid by check towards an advertisement in a souvenir published by a local political party. So we understand that whenever we give advertisement in any political party brochures, pamphlets, catalog, that is not allowed. So we all know that in section 37, we have specifically done that whenever we pay and for any advertisement or any amount to political party, that is not allowed as a business expense. So that is not allowed as a business expense. So advertisement in political party is not allowed. However, it is written that that political party is not registered under the Representation of People Act. They are giving us some political party act. So whether it is registered, whether it is not registered, whether it is registered, whether it is not registered, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whenever we give advertisement in political party brochures, it is not allowed. It is not allowed. 25,000 will be not allowed. Where it is written in general expenses. So in general expenses, there is some 25,000 which is not allowed. Now, there is also a deduction in the chapter 6A, 80C to 80U. There is a deduction of 80 GGB and 80 GGC. So, right now, I'll be not discussing it. That is part of deduction chapter. So, I'll be not discussing it. But yes, you know about PGBP, it is not allowed. Correct? Income tax refund. F. Income tax refund includes 2,500 towards interest. Income tax refund includes 2,500 towards interest. Now tell me, this refund includes 2,500 towards interest. What you will do? What you will do of this interest? You will make it your IFOS income. Agree na? You will make it your IFOS income. Correct. Depreciation charged as per income tax rules is 2,20,000. Depreciation charge is 220 as per income tax. So we understand this depreciation is not correct. Only 220 is correct. So we understand that this depreciation would be allowed as 220, not 115. Turnover of the year ending 31st March 2024 was 2.58 crore. They have given the last year turnover. They are saying that this person is liable to deduct TDS and he has not deducted. So TDS provisions you can apply right here. So I'm not going into more in TDS provisions that we will be seeing in the TDS chapter. Okay. Now everyone, please start with me. Everyone with me. Solution 35. Computation of total income and tax payable of Mr. Suresh, assessment year 25-26, and he is following optional regime. I'll be telling you if he would be following default regime, then what have been the answer. Everybody please with me. Since we are calculating the total income, so there is, you have to see that under which head, under we have 5 heads of income. So he has income under which particular heads. So the best thing to see is the elimination method. I always say that the best thing to see is the elimination method. We have 5 heads: salary, house property, PGBP, capital gain, IFOS. Whenever there is a total income question of 15 marks in your examination, so you see that in your examination there is income from various heads. So how you should proceed about it? Always, before you proceed, always apply elimination method. We have only 5 heads. Just see whatever we have read so far. What do you think that whether we have income from salary over here? The answer is no. We didn't find any salary income. Whether there is any house property income? Yes, there was rent received, and we will assume that it is for building. So there is house property income. There is a PGBP income, of course. Have you come across any capital gain, guys? Have you come across any capital gain? No. There is no transfer of any capital asset. Have you come across any IFOS income? Yes. We came across IFOS income also. So we have, in this case, house property, PGBP, and IFOS. We don't have salary and capital gain. So we can start with house property. Most of you, as of now, don't know about how to compute house property. Don't worry, I'm just writing it. You can, as of now, you can write it, and once you will be doing that particular chapter, you'll be able to understand. For those who have already done it, they can easily do it. Now, first I'm starting with my house property. And regarding house property, only one thing is given: rent received. And that too, the building was not mentioned. So we'll assume that this is a rent receipt for the building. So we'll write it over there. House property income. And here we will write the assumption. It is assumed that rent received is of building. We'll assume that the rent received is for building. And those who know already house property chapter, you understand, first of all, you compute your GAV, so gross annual value. And in the house property chapter, I was also telling you that most of the time, 90% might be the case where your expected rent is not given. So your actual rent is only your GAV. So here, expected rent is not given. So actual rent would be my GAV 7,20,000. So GAV is 7,20,000 minus municipal taxes. Those who don't know house property chapter, don't worry. As of now, just write it down. Municipal taxes, there is no municipal taxes paid also, which is given. So 7,20,000 is my NAV. Less deduction under section 24. 30% of NAV. 30% of NAV. 2,16,000. And only two deduction we get from house property. One is 30% straight away standard deduction under house property. Second is if we have taken any loan on this particular property. So we have not taken the loan for construction, purchase, renovation, etc. Nothing is mentioned. So only two deductions are allowed. So second deduction is not there. So only this 2,16,000 would be the deduction. And our house property income would be 5,04,000. Understood, everybody? Till here, everybody done? Let me know if everybody has done till here. Good. Okay. Now, second head we have PGBP. Second head we have PGBP. And especially in your total income question, now PGBP will be doing so much of calculation. So it is better that to make a separate working note for PGBP. So for PGBP, we'll make house property I have done right here because there was just 2 or 3 lines. That's it. So if I think that if there is any head which can accommodate in 2, 3 lines, 4 lines, so we can show it right here. But if any head needs more computation, it has so much of calculation, so it is better to make a working note. So when I'll be discussing more questions of total income with you, so you'll be able to understand that we will not make working note for everything. No, unless, because if we are going to make working note for each and everything, it will eat up our time in the examinations. So how much working notes, how many working notes we have to make, so you'll be able to understand. But if I give you a thumb rule, so if there is just 2, 3, 4 lines, you can easily explain it right here. But if you think that the computation is more, it is better to make a working note for that. So for PGB, we will make a working note. Working note number 1. So we'll make the working note over here. Then we have IFOS, income from other sources. And do you think that we should make a working note for income from other sources? I don't think so, because there are just 2, 3 incomes which are coming from IFOS, which we have seen. So it is not recommended to make working note for each and everything. So for IFOS, we will not make a working note, right? Guys, this presentation which we are doing, it is actually your examination presentation, that how you will be doing in your examinations, correct? So let us see for IFOS. Tell me, guys, what are the IFOS income? So whenever you have to see your income, whenever how you will save your time, see, you are seeing your IFOS income. So please don't look at your expenses side. No. Whenever you are searching your income, you should search at your income side, correct? So you should search here that dividend, here it is sales, closing stock, then dividend from Indian companies, that is gross, 1720. So you understand that this is already at the gross level. So you will be taking it 1720. But interest received is on net level. So you will be making it as a gross. So we have dividend income, we have interest received, rent received, we have considered it as house property, it will not be there. And then income tax refund is not an income, but actually there was interest on income tax refund also. We have read. So that is the income. So three IFRS income we have. So we have dividend, 17,20,000. We have interest, how much interest we have? We have 1,03,500. So 1,03,500. And this was our net amount. So how we will show it? 90% into 100, 1,15,000. And the third one which we have is interest on income tax refund 2,500. So we were having no income tax refund interest 2,500. So interest on income tax refund 2,500. Just add them. 18,37,500. Correct. I believe that you guys have done this. 18,37,500. So we have these three heads of income. So as of now, we need PGBP. So once we get our PGBP, we'll add them up and we will get our gross total income. We'll get our gross total income. And from gross total income, we deduct. This chapter we have not done so far. But from our gross total income, we deduct deductions under chapter 6A from section 80C to 80U. So if there is any deduction, then we have to deduct here. But in this case, we don't have any deduction. We have not seen any 80C and things. So we have not done this chapter also, and we don't have any deductions also here. The only deduction is regarding the political party contribution, but that is also will not get. It is an advertisement, so that will not get. So I'll be telling you in that deduction chapter. So in this question, we don't have any deductions also. So after that, we will get our total income. And from total income, then we will compute our tax on total income. So we'll be getting our tax liability, then we'll be computing the tax payable also. So as of now my next thing to do is PGBP. I believe everybody has written it till here. Good. Now, I'm leaving this particular page so that I can compute my tax liability and then the tax payable. On the next page, start with your working notes. Working note number 1, PGBP. Working note number 1, PGBP. How you start your PGBP? Please remember what we have done in the classes. PGBP is computed by 4 steps. The first step you all know, net profit as per P&L account. So net profit as per P&L account, 73,48,315. 73,48,315. Got it? Then see your expenses side. Second step is to see at your expenses side. Opening stock, we are okay with it. There was no adjustment also on opening stock. Closing, sorry, purchases, we are okay. Direct expenses, we are okay. Freight inward, we were okay. So these all expenses, we are okay with it, and there is no adjustment on it as well. So we are okay with all these things. Will not do anything. Then salaries and wages. So we have seen that in salaries and wages, there is 30,000 rupees which is paid in cash. Do you remember? Here it was salaries and wages, 30,000 rupees paid on a single day. C point. That is not allowed. So we'll add it over here. Add. How you will write in your examination? Simply salary paid in cash. Simple. 30,000 add. If you would like to mention the section number 48.3, you can mention. Even if you do not mention, your marks will not be deducted, guys. Whether you mention it, whether you don't mention it, you will not get extra marks also. Your marks will not be deducted also. So please, it is better not to mention. Salary paid in cash. Simply write simple. You just have to intimate the examiner that you know that particular section. You know the provision of that section, that anything which is paid more than 10,000 rupees is not allowed. So you will add it, 30,000 rupees. Next, general expenses, 365. It is allowed, but there is, I believe that there is a adjustment on general expenses. E point. It includes 25,000 rupees paid by check towards an advertisement and souvenir published by local political party. So any advertisement in political party brochures, etc., it is not allowed. So 25,000 you will not allow. Add advertisement in political party souvenir, 25,000 add back. Guys, as soon as you will write political party, examiner will get to know that yes, the students knows it. You just have to intimate the examiner that I know it, right? So simply, as when you will write it over here, political party, he will know it that yes, you know. So you don't have to write stories over here. Don't please waste your time over there. Simply make the examiner intimate. Just intimate him that yes, I know it. Correct. Then general expenses we have done. Rates and taxes regarding 1,000 rupees. So we have rates and taxes. We have seen that 1,000 is for income tax fees. So it is also not allowed. Interest on late filing of income tax. 1,000 add back. Then next is interest paid on late filing of GST. We are okay with it. 3845. We are completely okay. No issues. Income tax paid 345. That is not allowed. Income tax paid is not allowed. We understand, although the section is 40 small a, no need to mention the section number. Simple income tax paid not allowed. 345. Income tax paid 3,45,000 is not allowed. Then interest paid to NBFC. First of all, 23,000 will not be allowed because it is personal, 20%. So interest paid to NBFC. First of all, interest paid 20% personal. So out of 1,15,000, into 20%. 23,000 you will not allow. And then it is given to us that 30% that TDS has also not been deducted. So 30% we are going to disallow. I'll be also mentioning this thing in the TDS chapter. So I'll be mentioning some provisions over there. But as of now, I'm disallowing it. What we know in PGBP. So TDS not deducted. 30% of 92,000. 27,600. Everybody done till here? Good. Now, depreciation. We understand that this depreciation of 1,82,000 is as per books. We have depreciation as per income tax also. So we will disallow this depreciation 182. You can also take the net amount also, but I'm doing it. I'm simply disallowing this and I'll be allowing that depreciation. So 182 depreciation as per books. 182 we have disallowed. Now, step number 1, net profit we have done. Step number 2, expenses we have checked. Step number 3, your income side. Step number 3, sales we are okay. Closing stock we are okay, but 55,000 we have undervalued. So we will add this closing stock also. So 55,000 we have to add it over here. And if we'll add it in our credit side, our income will also be increased. My profit will be increased 55,000. So in fact, if I'm adding it, my closing stock was undervalued. So I will add it 55,000. Then sales, okay, closing stock done. Gross profit, I cut that out. Dividend from Indian companies. What do you think about it? It is not PGBP. So most of the students have done this mistake in the test. They were not deleting it from PGBP. Please delete this from PGBP. Dividend, delete it. This is not your PGBP. Interest on FD, delete it. This is not your PGBP. Rent received is not your PGBP. Income tax refund is not your PGBP. So all these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, they all need to be subtracted. So you will have to simply say less dividend, interest on FD, then rent received, and income tax refund. Nothing is your PGBP. So please delete them. 17 lakh, I believe 20,000 was there. And if you are deleting it, please show it in a bracket. Show this in a bracket. If you anything which you are subtracting, please show that in a bracket so that you will not make any calculation error. Interest received on FD, whether it is net, whether it is gross, doesn't matter. Right now, I'm just deleting it from my PGBP. So 103,500. Rent received was 7,20,000. And income tax refund was 19,000. Step 3 done. Step 3 done. Okay. Now, look at your information. If we have not covered any of the information, we'll be seeing that. So first is closing stock of the previous year. We have done this information. A. The second information was rates and taxes includes 1000. We have done. Salaries we have done. Interest paid on loan, TDS not deducted. We have done. D point also. General expenses, advertisement we have done. Income tax refund 2500 done. Depreciation is left 220. Just the depreciation 220. Depreciation as per income tax 220. It is allowed. And we are done with all the information. Now please calculate this. Everybody please calculate this. So this is 73,48,315 plus 30,000 plus 25,000. Fifty-two, 52 lakh 54,415. Okay. 52 lakh 54,415. Very good. This is our PGBP. 52, 54,415. Okay. So please take it in your main computation. 52, 54,415. 52, 54,415. Add them up. We have house property. $75 lakh 95,915. ATC to ATU is not there. My calculation is correct. 75, 95, 915 is the total income. 75, 95, 915. Correct. And you can also round this off. Round it off. So it would be 75 lakh 95,920. Correct. Now, you have to compute your tax on total income. Before you compute your tax, please remember whether it has any special income. So whether it has any 111A short term capital gain, long term capital gain. In fact, we don't have any capital gain. So there is no capital gain, no long term, no short term 111A. There is no casual income. There is no unexplained income. So this is all remaining income. So this is all remaining income. Understood? So before you compute your tax, just pause a little and please ask yourself whether it has any special income or not. So it does not have any special income. So now you can calculate slab rates. And which slab rates you will be following? Since the person is following optional regime, so you will be following the slab rates 2.5 lakh. Just see whether the age of the assessee is he a senior citizen or a super senior citizen. So I believe that we have seen the age, it was 43 years. So he's not a senior citizen also. So in this case, normal slab rates will be applying. So slab rates on first 2.5 lakh nil, next 2.5 lakh at rate of 5%, optional regime 12,500, next 5 lakh, 5 to 10 lakh is 20%, 1 lakh, and remaining 65 lakh 95,920 at rate of 30%. 19 lakh 78,776. So this is coming as 20 lakh 91,276. Agree? 20 lakh 91,296. Till here, everybody agree? Guys, will there be any surcharge also on that? Yes. Why there is any surcharge? Because his income is more than 50 lakh rupees. His total income is more than 50 lakh rupees up to not more than 1 crore. So 10% surcharge would be there. Surcharge at a rate of 10%. Okay. Will you be providing marginal relief also? No. See, his income is more than 50 lakh. He's coming in the bracket of 50 lakh to 1 crore. So marginal relief, you have to see if your income is little bit going above 50 lakh. If it is around 50.5, 50, 51 lakh, 52 lakh, 53, there you can see the marginal relief. Right now, my income is 75 lakh something. So if you will also calculate marginal relief, you will not get it. So unnecessary, please don't waste your time. See, if your income is little bit above that level, so we are actually exceeding the 50 lakh level. So if it is little bit above that, I think that I have told you in the initial first chapter also. So you have to see your marginal relief if your income is little bit going above. Let's say if your level is 50 lakh. So if that is 51, 52, 53, then you can see the marginal relief. If your income is 55, 56, 57, 60, 70, 75, no need to see. Again, in case if the assessee's income is more than 1 crore, he is coming in the bracket of 1 crore to 2 crores. You will see the marginal relief if his income is little bit over 1 crore, 1 crore, 1 lakh, 1 crore, 2 lakh, 1 crore, 3 lakh, that's it. So let's say if his income is, for example, 1 crore 20 lakh, 1 crore 30 lakh, no need to calculate the marginal relief. Understood? So once you add your surcharge, so it is coming as 23 lakh 404 plus 4% health and education cess, 92016, 23 92 420. This is called tax liability. This is called tax liability. Minus, now this you will understand in TDS chapter, but right now I'm just mentioning it. TDS. So TDS is actually deducted on your interest, and how much it was. See, your interest income is 1,15,000 and you receive the net 103,500. It means 11,500 was deducted as TDS. So TDS on interest 11,500. Correct? I believe everybody understood. See, on 1,15,000 is your interest income into 10%. 11,500 it has been deducted. That is the reason you are showing the net also as 1,15,000 minus 11,500 as 103,500. So this is the TDS. And also, guys, although it is not mentioned over here, but on dividend also TDS is deducted. Although we are showing it at gross level, this is again TDS provision, so I'll be mentioning it over there. So in dividend also TDS might be deducted. So although we are showing it at gross level, so it doesn't mean that TDS was not deducted. TDS would have been deducted over there. So this is something which is of TDS provisions. So I am not, I'm just writing it. I'm not explaining it right now. So we'll be doing it in the TDS chapter. So on dividend also, 10% TDS would have been deducted. Dividend is 1720. So 1 lakh, how much it was? 1720. 1 lakh 72,000. This is the TDS. One lakh 83,500 is the TDS. And this is called your tax payable. Because the examiner is asking us to compute the tax payable. So it is 220, 22 lakh 8,920. Let me know if everybody has done this. So these TDS things, guys, as of now, just write it. I'll be explaining to you in the TDS chapter. Let me know once done. Very good. Okay. Let us quickly do one more small question. I'm coming to the last question of this PGBP question bank, question number 50. 40 small b related to the partnership firm. Right? This question is specifically related to partnership firm. Why I'm picking it? Because guys, there is a amendment also which I have already discussed with you. Now the book profits calculation is 3 lakh. So there is an amendment also. So this question, this type of question, 40 small b becomes quite important for examination. So that is the reason I would like to discuss this also. Okay, everybody with me. Look at your screen. It says A and B are the partners sharing profit in the ratio of 1:1. So we have two partners with equal profit sharing ratio. During the previous year 24-25, the firm has a net profit of 1.5 lakh after debiting the following items. See, the net profit is 1.5 lakh after debiting the following items, means these 1, 2, 3, 4, these items have already been debited. What are these items? Salary of 50,000 per month to A and 10,000 per month to B. It is debited. Bonus of 2.2 lakh to A, it is debited. Depreciation as per books 4 lakh. Interest on capital at a rate of 10% per annum on capital. Interest on 10% per annum on capital has been debited. How much is the capital? 10 lakh rupees the capital of Mr. A and Mr. B. Okay. Guys, you don't have to make it, but still, just to make you understand, I'm making their penal account. They are saying that the penal account is showing the net profit of 1.5 lakh. Okay. You don't have to make it. I'm just making it to make you understand. This is the penal account of the partnership firm, and it is showing net profit as 1,50,000. After debiting the following items, it means that these items are already showing in the debit side. They are already there in the debit side. What are these? Salary to A and B. So we have paid partner salary. How much to A? How much to B? They are saying 50,000 per month to A and 10,000 per month to B. 50,000 into 12. So I can say we have paid 6 lakh to A and to B 10,000. That is 1,20,000. 10,000 per month. 10,000 into 12. This is the salary we have paid and it is already debited over there. Bonus 2.2 lakh to A. We have paid partner bonus to A 2,20,000. Then depreciation 4 lakh. The third is depreciation. as per books is 4 lakh. Okay. Then we have paid interest at a rate of 10% per annum on 10 lakh rupees is the capital for each A, 10 lakh, for B it is 10 lakh. So 10 lakh into 10%, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So to interest on capital to A and to B, they both have 10 lakh capital at a rate of 10%. We have paid 1 lakh and 1 lakh. These four things, you don't have to make it. You don't have to make it. But just to make you understand, I have made it that the profit and loss account is showing the net profit of 150 after debiting all these items. Okay. Other information is given as under. Depreciation as per section 32 is 3.5 lakh. So they have saying that this is the depreciation as per books 4 lakh, but as per income tax it is 3.5. Okay. Unabsorbed depreciation of previous year 22-23, some 2 years back, unabsorbed depreciation is also there, 2.1 lakh. Brought forward losses of previous year 23-24 is 1.4 lakh. So we have last year's unabsorbed depreciation also and brought forward losses also. Okay. Compute the total income of the partnership firm and the total income of each partner also. Okay. We have to compute the total income of the partnership firm and the total income of each partner. If the individual income of A and B from other sources is 8 lakh and 6 lakh, okay, they have given the partners other income also. Apart from this, they are also earning some other income, which is 8 lakh and 6 lakh. Okay. So in this question, first of all, an important question because there is an amendment, so it becomes an important question. So first of all, let us compute the income of the partnership firm. Okay. So everybody with me. Solution. Computation of total income. Solution number 50. Computation of total income of partnership firm. So before we compute the total income of the partnership firm, it is better to understand that how much is the remuneration which we can pay to our partners. Understand? So how much remuneration we can pay to our partners depends on book profits. So in the working note, everybody with me, next page, we'll start with the working note. First, we'll compute the book profits. We'll compute the book profits of the firm. How is book profit computed? So we have done in section 40 small b that how is the book profit computed? And I know that some students must have done this section. We have discussed this section, and some of the students might have done it before a month, so they might be forgetting it also. Still, so it will be a revision. So you'll be able to revise this section again. Okay, Harshal says that he knows it. Okay. Computation, there are some students, Harshal, that they are from different batch, so they have done it some 1 month back. So computation of book profits. Now, how to compute the book profits? First of all, we compute the PGBP of the firm before any remuneration and interest. First of all, we compute the PGB of the firm before any remuneration and interest. Then from this PGBP, we deduct the interest allowed. Two things we deduct. We deduct interest allowed. Second thing, we deduct if there is any unabsorbed depreciation. So this is actually the book profits. So first of all, we compute our PGB of the firm before any interest, before any remuneration to the partners. Then we deduct interest allowed. Second, unabsorbed depreciation. This is how we get book profits. So first of all, let us compute this. And once we compute this, we'll deduct those two things, interest allowed, and second is unabsorbed depreciation. So first of all, PGB of the firm before any interest or remuneration. How we will be doing it? Very, very normally. Same like PGBP. Net profit of firm. Tell me how much was the net profit of the firm which is given to us? 1.5 lakh. We have also made it this penal account, so this will also help us. Otherwise, if you have not made it, even you can see it from here. So net profit is 1.5 lakh. Net profit of the firm is 150. And here, see, it is written net PGB of the firm before any remuneration, any interest. So if there is any remuneration which is debited, any interest which is debited, we will add it back. So here, partner salary 6 lakh A, 120 B, partner's bonus 220, again remuneration. Interest on capital A, B, we'll add it back, everything. We are computing PGBP. So depreciation also will add because we have been provided with the depreciation as per income tax. So all these things will be added back. Add remuneration and interest to partners. How much we have given, we will add it back. So salary, we have given it to A and B, 6 lakh and 1,20,000, 50,000 per month. We will add it back. 10,000 per month, we'll add it back. Then we have given the bonus also to A. We'll add it back. How much was the bonus? 220, I believe. We'll add it back. These are the remuneration. And we have given also the interest on capital to A to B, and which is 10 lakh into 10% each. So 1 lakh we have given it to A, 1 lakh we have given it to B. We'll add it back. So in this penal account, we have add back all the bonus, all the interest, all the salary which has been given to the partners. Also, because we need to compute the PGBP and it should be correct PGBP, right? So the one of the thing which is debited is depreciation, which is not correct. So the depreciation we will add back 4 lakh and we will allow that depreciation which is as per income tax, which is 3.5 lakh. Should we allow unabsorbed depreciation also? No. Unabsorbed depreciation is not for this year, right? So as of now, we are computing the PGB of this year. First of all, compute PGBP. Then once you compute your PGB of the firm before interest, before remuneration, then to compute the book profits, you have to deduct it. But right now, we are doing the first step, PGB of the firm. So it is depreciation 4 lakh is to be added back. Depreciation as per books 3 lakh, sorry, it is 4 lakh now. 4 lakh we will add back and we will subtract depreciation as per income tax 350. This is what we get PGBP of the firm before any remuneration and interest. So how much it is? 150 is it 1340? Correct. This is 13 lakh 40,000. What it is? It is PGBP of the firm. It is, I'm again writing, this is PGBP of the firm before interest and remuneration. And from this, I will deduct two things more so that I can get my book profits. So the two things are, first is interest allowed to partners. So how much is the interest allowed? See, maximum it is allowed 12%. So maximum it is allowed 12%, and they have already given 10%. So we are okay with that 10%, right? So that interest is allowed. So because if it would have been more than 12%, then I can allow only 12% over here. So since this interest is only 10%, so both this interest is allowed. So interest allowed to A and to B, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So with this is within 12% limit. So we are okay with this 2 lakh. We'll subtract interest allowed. Is it the book profit? No. One more thing you have to deduct is unabsorbed depreciation. If you remember, unabsorbed depreciation also you have to deduct if there is any unabsorbed depreciation which is coming from last year's. So there is an unabsorbed depreciation of how much? 2.1 lakh. Should you deduct business losses to compute the book profit? No, just the unabsorbed depreciation, which is 2.1 lakh. This is your book profits. 9,30,000. 930. Everybody done till here? Good. Okay. Now, once you get your book profits, you will see that how much is the maximum remuneration which can be allowed. Maximum remuneration to partners. In fact, we know that it is only to working partners and nothing is mentioned in the question. So we'll assume that both the partners are working partners only. It is not given that none of the work partner is non-working. No, it is not given. So we always assume that the partners are working. So maximum remuneration to partners, you know that out of the book profits, you split this into two parts. First 6 lakh and the remaining book profits. So first 6 lakh and the remaining book profits is 330. So on first 6 lakh, you can pay 90% of such book profit is 6 lakh, 90% of 6 lakh or rupees 3 lakh, whichever is higher. So 90% of 6 lakh is 540 or 3 lakh, whichever is higher. So 540. And on remaining 3.3 lakh. So out of this 9.3, first 6 and the remaining 3.3 lakh. So on remaining 3.3 lakh, 60% of 3 lakh 30,000. 1,98,000. 7,38,000 is the maximum remuneration allowed. Everybody done till here? Can you tell me the actual remuneration? Actual remuneration. See, to A, we have paid salary plus bonus. So to A, we have paid salary of 6 lakh plus bonus of 2.2 lakh. So 8.2 lakh we have paid to A, and B we have paid only salary 1,20,000, 10,000 per month. Actually, we have paid 9,40,000. And you know that whichever is lower can only be allowed because this is the maximum. So we can allow only 938, we cannot allow 940. If guys, this would have been, let's say, this would have been 640, less than that, then we are okay with this remuneration. So here, in this case, therefore, remuneration to be allowed is 7,38,000. Now we understand that this is the maximum remuneration which we can allow to the partners. Everybody done till here? Everybody done till here? So I believe that most of the things you are able to revise also of this 40 small b, which we have done in our classes. Okay. Now our most of the job is done. Now we understand that how much is the remuneration allowed, 738. How much was the interest allowed? Interest was okay. 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, we are okay with it. Now, come back to our main question. These were the working notes. Now, computation of total income of partnership firm. We have to first of all compute how much is the total income of the partnership firm. So most of the things we have already computed. First of all, we have already computed PGBP of the firm before interest and remuneration to partners. We will take the help of that working note only. I will mention working note number 1. You can take this figure from there. We have already computed up to here. And how much is the PG of the firm before interest and remuneration? It was 1340. Correct now? Till here we have already computed. 1340 is the PG of the firm before interest and remuneration. We have already computed. So I'll not be showing it again and again. So we have already done it. So in your examination, please don't show it again. Just mention working note 1. They will get it. 1340 we have already computed. So PG of the firm before interest and remuneration is 13,40,000. Already we have computed. And since is it the final PGB of the firm? No, because it is before interest. It is before interest and before remuneration. Is it the final PGBP? No, it is before interest and before remuneration. Now tell me, we can allow interest also. So less interest allowed. So to A and to B, we have paid 1 lakh, 1 lakh, which is under allowable limit only. So 2 lakh is purely allowed, no issues. We can deduct it. It is allowed to the partnership firm. And second, remuneration allowed. Remuneration allowed. And we have already done this in working note number 1. How much it was? 7 lakh 38,000. It is 7 lakh 38,000. They've already allowed it. So we already have PGBP before these two, and now we have deducted it. So this is the PGBP of firm. This is the final PGBP of the firm. 4,02,000. Everybody clear till here? This is the PGB of the firm, 4,02,000. Now, although I understand that we have not yet started the chapter of set off, but still you must be having a little bit idea. I was telling you in the PGBP chapter also that if there is any business loss of last year, it can be carried forward for 8 years and it will be set off from PGBP income, right? So if there is any business loss of last year's, then it can be carried forward for next 8 years. You must be having a little bit idea that we will be discussing in detail in the set of chapter. Second, you also know that if there is any unabsorbed depreciation of last year's, it can be carried forward for infinite number of years. And it can be set off in subsequent years from any head other than salary. So that is something which is the concept of set off. So still I'm doing it. So as of now, you can write it down because we have unabsorbed depreciation also of last year's and brought forward business losses of also last year. Guys, brought forward, there is a question from all of you. Brought forward business loss can be carried forward for maximum 8 years. And unabsorbed depreciation can be carried forward for unlimited years. So tell me which one should be given the priority if we would like to set up which one we should give the priority. And you can all say that the priority will be given to correct business loss because it has a very, very limited life. So we should give the priority to the business losses first and then to the unabsorbed depreciation. So 1.54 lakh, we will deduct it from here minus business loss of previous year 23-24. It was 1.4 lakh. We'll deduct this. And how much we are left with? 4 lakh 2,000 minus 140. So still we have 262. Now let us think that whether we can give unabsorbed depreciation effect also. Yes. Now we can set off unabsorbed depreciation also because we have sufficient profits. So unabsorbed depreciation 2,10,000 can also be set off now. There is no issues. So 52,000 is the total income. It is the total income of the firm. Although we don't have to calculate the tax on total income, but if we would have been calculating, then we would be seeing that if there is any special income, then a special rate, and on remaining income, normal rates. And we all know it's a partnership firm, and the partnership rate for that is 30%. Tax rate for partnership firm is 30%. That I believe that you all know it. Correct? Now, this is the first part, computation of total income of the partnership firm. Now, the second part is total income of each partner, and their other income is also given to us 8 lakh and 6 lakh. 8 lakh and 6 lakh. So, let us compute the income of partners also. So, this was actually A, and B is the total income of partners. Total income of partners, and the partners are A and B, 8 and 6. Partners are A and B. Their other income is given as 8 lakh and 6 lakh. And we all know, please remember your section 28, and we have discussed in this section also in 40 small b, that whatever is the interest or other remuneration which they receive from their partnership firm is their PGBP income. So whatever the interest or remuneration they are receiving, it would be the PGBP income of the partners. So first of all, they are receiving two things. One is interest on capital, and whatever is allowed to the firm, it becomes, remember these words which I have told you. Whatever is allowed to the firm, it will become income of the partners. So it would be interest on capital 1 lakh, 1 lakh. 1 lakh, 1 lakh was allowed. See, 1 lakh, 1 lakh was allowed. 2 lakh was total allowed. It will become the income of the partners 1 lakh, 1 lakh. And remuneration allowed is 738. Remuneration allowed is 738. And I believe that you remember that what we have done in class. So tell me, how much is the remuneration income of PGBP? 738 is the total remuneration which is allowed. In which ratio it will be distributed? Is it equal ratio or in the ratio of their remuneration? In the ratio of actual remuneration. So 738, is it equal because they were equal partners? No. They equal is equal in profits, but not in equal in remuneration. So if you remember in class what we have discussed, so you are already giving it to me in the ratio of their remuneration. Amar has given me the amount also. So 738 in the ratio of actual remuneration. So how much was the actual remuneration? We have done it over here. So A was getting salary and bonus. Total it is 8.2 lakh. And B is getting salary of 1.2 lakh. So it is in the ratio of 8.2 is to 1.2. And Amar is correctly suggesting, sir, just because it is just ratio. So instead of 8.2, 1.2, take it 82 is to 12. Correct. 82 is to 12 we can take. So it is in the ratio of, in actual remuneration, 82 is to 12. So this would be this 82 upon 12, it is 94. So 82 upon 94 into this amount would go to A, and 12 upon 94 into this amount, it will go to B. So I'm taking Amar's value. So it is 643,787 and 94,213. I believe everybody is able to revise this concept as well. So tell me the total income of these people. The total income of A and B would be 8 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 643,787, 15 lakh 43,787, 6 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 94,213, 794,213. Correct or correct? Everybody done? Very good. So I believe that most of the concepts you are able to revise also, and you are able to understand that how we'll be presenting in our examination. So next practice session, probably not on next Sunday, next to next Sunday. Every alternate days we'll be doing. Every alternate Sundays we'll be doing these practice sessions. At least 2-3 questions, so that we'll be able to understand that how we'll be presenting it. Correct. Okay, guys. See you. The students who are watching live classes will be can see me tomorrow, and the students who are watching recorded classes, please be very regular. I know that most of you are seeing it regularly, so please be very consistent. At least watch one class lecture daily and do your homework also, and keep on sending me the homework as well. Correct. I'll be sharing the test paper also to all of you. Don't worry. So today's test paper I'll be sharing you with the group. Okay, bye bye. Take care.